Based on Google.
Yeah, I had the video. I'll come back.
Okay. Hey, can I see you? What's that doing? Oh, this one here. I'm going to be. Yeah, my two files. Oh, they sustained.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this was sustained with something.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, yes.
When you're telling me the name of it, I don't know.
And this is very poor.
Yeah. Yeah. Last week was 33 years old.
No idea if any of these young people that are passing away have COVID. So in the talk there was no mention that.
Well, I wouldn't, yeah, definitely. COVID vaccine is good.
Not just
Hey, Tom. Not a connection by the way.
yeah, so there's no, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
so I've heard a lot of instances recently, young people, like around our age, between the age of 25, say, good, not at 25,
Yeah, yeah.
that had COVID, and long term effect of COVID, and then a passing with sleep, heart attacks, more than heart attacks, headaches, it was
I just reckon it's a booster.
we haven't gone through the vaccination itself and any of these things, but what we found is that a lot of people that are passing on, whether, so it's irrespective of whether they took the vaccines or not, but they had COVID previously.
Yeah, long-term COVID, yeah, we see it, yeah. Long-term COVID,
Give me the size. Sorted out. Hey, are you there, bro?
I'm working.
Oh, short, sir. Short. You everything is working out. Oh. Yeah.
I think come in the shade there. Come in the shade so they are ready to. Yeah. Come in the shade, right? Come in the shade.
Let's put the shade here. See, I'm working on the new one. Go inside and take a seat. Very valuable. Live streaming. You're on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, okay. Calvin.
Why would I say? The rest of them, they can go inside and take a seat.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, you can go inside and take a seat so long.
I set up yeah. I'll yeah.
We count everything for it.
Shivaya, Om Namah 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 Shivaya.
Don't take long, let us go straight.
please have your attention.
I think it's road scene, but it's stage 1.
We are assembled in the hall now. Could you please stand correctly? Please. Before we open the casket, the music group will open with a prayer. Please put your hands together. Thank you. Will you please open the casket? Thank you. Retain your seats. Come in a small house to you. Thank you. You can handle.
There's plenty of seats, ladies and gentlemen. You can take your seats. You can watch, you can go and view the place.
Amen.
கவிதைகள் போலிலே கண்ணுக்கு தந்தாய் Aruna Namo Kappa Deva
this song is particularly for Kim.
Thank you.
singers amongst us. We pour them into the course of the service. Now I hand over to our MC, Martin Correa.
Thank you, Barney. I think there is no greater tribute to my aunt than the wonderful renditions that you performed for her. Good morning, respected elders, Guru Sivan, Saraswati entertainers, family and friends. As much as we are devastated by the loss of my dear aunt, we are determined to celebrate her wonderful lives. I have had the privilege to have two mothers, and if I could be half the people they were, I would be happy and great. Kayama, Bigama, Aka, Ati, Stephen Ati, AKAs for a great woman. She was a mother figure to every family member, extended family member, neighbor and friends. She was a matriarch who presided over countless family prayers and funerals, and it is heartbreaking to preside over her funeral today. Bigama carried out her various roles with such distinction that there are many who volunteered to pay tribute to this wonderful soul. So please bear with us as we take you through the journey of her 85-year-old lifetime. I would like to welcome one and all to the funeral of Kanakamma Naidu, my beloved. Thank you for enduring the heat to share this sad but special function with us. Bigama was my mom's only sister, but she treated all her cousins as if they were her very own. She provided so much love and support to my mom after the passing of my grandmother and maternal uncles. My mom is devastated and shattered as she recalled the last 6 months when Bigama sat beside her at her bedside in hospital, held her hands and begged her to open her eyes and talk to her and not to let go. Even though she was 6 years older than my mom, she helped us take care of mom during the 9 months of her illness until she could walk again. We will be eternally grateful for her strength and her advice. We felt so brave with her around. She was mom's inspiration and motivation to fight her illness. Miraculously, mom got her second lease of life. And it gave her purpose to live on in the hope that she would take care of Bigama when she was diagnosed with her terminal illness. Sadly, it was not to be. On New Year's Eve, the two sisters sat together for an hour at the table for what was to be their last lunch together. The memory of them savoring their mangoes for dessert remains etched in our memories. It also brought back wonderful past memories of the mangoes on the Kikime farm. Mom said they chatted about how they will be together when they recover and make up for their lost time. Mom's final words to me was, Akka will always be in my heart and soul for the rest of the days of my life. Bigama was a healthy, happy 85-year-old that we all remembered until 6 months ago. She was diagnosed with myeloma minimal side effects at first. As she began losing her eyesight, her will to live waned, and it was heartbreaking to see her give up. She passed away peacefully on the 18th of January at 6:15 p.m. after all those near and dear to her bid her farewell. Who in these coupled years gets 6 months with their family to say their farewells? Who gets 48 hours and uses up 32 hours to say their goodbyes? Kanakamma had a very quiet disposition, but her presence spoke volumes. She was a person of very few words, but very witty with a great sense of humor. She provided guidance and prayer rituals. She was a founding member of the Gledo Sangam group. She shared her advice and wisdom with both young and old. She was known for her humility, the only exception being that she earned the bragging rights of her grandchildren's many talents and their academic achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker this morning is Robin, who is usually the program director at our family functions. He gave me that singular honor today, and it is my absolute privilege. If I had choice, I would rather be the program director at my big almost age 6 birthday. But God always has His plan.
Greetings, family and friends. Namaskaram, and thank you, Christina. I also sometimes like to sit and listen to other people, but I assume somebody has to do these things, and it is my great privilege and pleasure to speak on behalf of the families and friends, and on such a special occasion of a great human being. Obviously, we start by saying to the family, Shan, Asim, Evan, and all the families, and when I say all, I include all of you also, our deepest condolences and sympathies. Your loss is our loss. We know and feel your pain. Today is a very sad occasion for all of us, as we assemble to bid farewell to a wonderful person. Leonard, Auntie, Atta, and all the other AKAs was a special person who touched all our lives. I'm amazed at how well she looked for most of her life. One would never have said that she had reached the beautiful age of 85. I always thought she was as old as my mother-in-law, and we got the sisters there. And it came as a bit of a surprise when I heard that she's 85, a great age to be there. She always looked and acted as if she was much younger than those around her. She was always neatly dressed and well-groomed with a warm smile. She was genuinely affectionate and loved all those who came in contact with her. We will miss her in her energy and involvement in family prayers and functions. She was a central figure in most family functions and prayers. She had lots of love and time for everyone. She was one of the best. Today is a sad day indeed. We will miss her immensely. I have actually a lot of messages, and I'm not sure whether I need to do all at one time or maybe split and come back, but I'll start with some of them. There were so many messages and tributes on chat groups and also sent directly to me or to other members who phoned in to me. We got one message from BCMC who would have been there if they could have. We know that they would have done it. I'll read it quickly. Our heartfelt condolences to all of you on the passing of our dearest and loving mom. Your mom was very gentle, caring, loving, and an affectionate person. She had a beautiful and welcoming smile, which endeared her to everyone she met. Your mom was a remarkable person. She was always jovial, pleasant, and warm to all who knew her. She was genuine in her love and interaction. She was our first cousin, then our sister-in-law, and thereafter assumed a very significant role as a mother figure to all of us. She took on all of these roles with so much love and genuine sincerity. We could not have asked for a better role model as we were growing up and raising our families. And I assume some of this is actually Citi's influence also in the churches and the messages he has made. She was a go-to person to the family for any prayer, ceremony, wedding, or funeral. She took on these responsibilities without any fuss or bother. She has left behind a beautiful family who have been taught and brought up with excellent values, love, and respect. Your legacy is your wonderful grandchildren who are successful and working in different parts of the world. You encouraged and supported them while they were settling abroad and establishing their careers. We thank you for being you, and may the good Lord receive you in his abode so that you can continue your work from above. You always made our visits interesting and memorable, something that we will always cherish. We love you and miss you dearly, and you will never be forgotten. We pray that you will continue to guide and give the family strength during each other. I think having mentioned the family, I want to read a tribute that was sent from the nation in the USA, grandson. When we do a bit of switching here and there, because I'm not sure how to juggle this, there's so many of them, and the nation, I think maybe it's appropriate, right? Talk about a glitter baby. I'm sitting on the benches from the nation. I'm sitting on the bench on the red veranda in Glenelg. It is the afternoon, against the backdrop of the very sight and smells of the mill. The sun setting and bringing an end to yet another delightful day. I see him walking back from work. He is wearing his blue overalls with his hard hat on. In one hand he is carrying the champion bag and the other is carrying a long sugar cane. You are in the kitchen making supper, having spent most of the day attending to my every single want and need, indulging me in warm banana, and going back and forth when I would say, Mommy's banana. Later that evening, just as we were going to sleep, he would lie on his back with his spectacles on and his outstretched arms reading the newspaper. You brushed your long hair and got ready to sleep and made sure I had enough room, even though he used to tell you, this fella kicks too much. So I suppose that's the grandfather talking. I fall asleep eager to meet the next day and wonder how many of the mango seeds you will cut for me, basking in the delight that I walked on water in front of you and you alone. And as the time comes for me to depart back to Battersea Avenue, and my heart feels sad, and I have to wait patiently for you all to come visit with Yogi Sir, Kentucky, and all the delightful things you brought for us. my dear K. Amma. As I try, I cannot pen the words to describe what she meant to me. It would take lifetimes to list out the kind things she did for me. I feel shattered right now and I'm peaceful knowing that you are no longer carrying the burden of pain on your shoulders. That some pain you wore when you insisted on carrying all our shopping bags when you went to the store, and that big TV when you helped us to move in the UK. You leave a hole in our hearts and we must learn to live with it. I knew this day would come, more so when we found out in August. Still, it is very hard to accept that. Even you with your formidable strength, you will no longer be standing by the gate to welcome Joe, Aaron, Sarah, and me back home. My name is Joe. I am blessed, along with my cousins, to know you were always in our corner, loving us unconditionally. You kept us together all these years with your bond, and as we bid farewell to you, we are still together to celebrate your memories and give you a send-off that you truly deserve. Kevin, Mona, Denise, Sash, Andy, Kai, and Mary. I don't know what we did in our past life, but we must have done something special to have had her as our grandma for all these years. Mom, I cannot thank you enough for the love you gave all of us, the countless moves you helped us make, the financial help you gave me during the formative years, the trips to the UK and the US, and the love you showered your great-grandchildren. For all those that have supported the family in the past few months, thank you so much. Your kindness will always be remembered. Alas, the mangoes will never taste as sweet. How I wish I could go back to that time on the beach on that red veranda in Lego, even if just for an instant. Rest in peace, Mama, and be my godfather. I do have another one for the nation, but I think I'm going to hand over to them for a dedication, and then they'll come and compliment you again. You see what's up, time?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Robin. We feel overwhelmed with all the messages, but also people take the time off their busy schedules to share those memories. And I think we would not do justice to this great soul if we did not read every one of them. So please bear with us. It's now my privilege to call on my the second speaker, who is my cousin Kevin, who is 9 Ramya Jr., to pay tribute to Akka. And while he comes up, I'll share with you that Uncle Nine and Uncle Bala had a second house in Gledo, a house that was spick and span, the shiniest marley tiles, and it was a house that was always open with my aunt and uncle's open hearts. Kevin, over to you. Thereafter, we will have halfway through this funeral ceremony today, we will have 2 more speakers and then 2 at the end or towards the end of the funeral. Kevin?
Thank you, Christina. Good afternoon, dear family and friends. Thank you, Chen, for asking me to say a few words today. It's an absolute privilege and honor to speak about my beloved Leda Akka. Let me start off by saying that Hiroshan, Nivek, and I probably got the best deal of all the cousins in our generation. We got a double dose of awesome Athanas, because my Akka was my dad's elder sister, but she also married my mom's eldest brother. So we got to enjoy her company, her presence, her laughter, and her personality on both sides of the family. growing up. And she was just an amazing soul. My first earliest recollection of my Atta is when I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and I would get picked up by my late Uncle Bala, God bless his soul. And we would go in the middle of the day, and we'd spend sometimes hours with my Atta and my mama together. And I promise you, I was spoiled rotten. I was pampered, and those are my first memories. And my last memory was on the 4th of December last year, when I got to visit her at Vasi's place. And I sat on the couch, and she was having fruit and yogurts. And I could see that she was in so much pain, and she was hurting, and she was weak, but she was resilient, and she was strong, and she just wouldn't give up. And that's something I just took from her all the time. But in the 51 years in between, there were countless other memories that I will cherish. A lot of happy ones, a few sad ones, some embarrassing ones, some funny ones. And I'm sure the rest of you here today are here today because you all have similar memories, similar stories to share with my Atta, or about my Atta. To Chen, Vasi, Devin, nothing any of us can say is going to bring Atta back or fill the void that's left. But I think you can take, or you guys can take some consolation in the fact, knowing that she loved your late dad, and they were married, they had an incredible marriage for almost 50 years. She loved you guys, and you guys were everything to her. Your extended families, your kids, your grandkids were her life and joy. And she was so proud of her kids. And she knew that you guys loved her in return. And she appreciated that. To my younger Atta Radha, my mom, all my aunts, uncles, elders in the family, relatives, young and old, friends that are here today. I think you all know that you all played a part in my Atta's life, and you're all special to her, and thank you for that. For almost 30 years, my Atta and another unsung hero in the family, my late Uncle TC, God bless his soul as well, were the designated unofficial matriarch and patriarchs of this family. They saw us through challenging times, happy and great times, and they never shirked their responsibility once. And it's just a testament to their strength. My Atta was so much like my granny, her mother, who I was fortunate to have spent the first 25 years of my life with. She was strong, resilient, hardworking, kind, loving, affectionate, understanding everything that a mother should be. But the only difference is my Atta was a bit more modern, and she was a cricket fanatic. So Atta, thank you once again for a lifetime of cherished memories. May your soul rest in eternal peace. And God give this family strength. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the family's requested certain songs that our dear mom really enjoyed, so we're going to do some of those songs going forward. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Gange Anindama Kando Durumilasa Seringiyan Padavinoda Lingeshwara Ninta Tunaida Dillayambala Nadaraja Devuminadane Pramesa Dillayambala Nadaraja Devuminadane Pramesa Alati Baba Vayanava Alati திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். சோற்றுணை வேதியன் சோதிவானன் போற்றுணை தீனந்தடி போர்ந்த கை தொழ. சோற்றுணை வேதியன் சோதிவானன் போற்றுணை தீனந்தடி போர்ந்த கை தொழ. காற்றுணை மூர்த்தியோ கடல் பாய்ச்சிலும் காற்றுணை மூர்த்தியோ கடல் பாய்ச்சிலும் நாற்றுணையாவதோ நாம சிவாயவே. நாற்றுணையாவதோ நாம சிவாயவே. மாவினை தருவியே மாதோர் பாகத்தின் கோவினை தீரந்தடி போரந்த கை தொழ. மாவினை தருவியே மாதோர் பாகத்தின் கோவினை தீரந்தடி போரந்த கை தொழ. காப்பினை தாரோவியே நமச்சிவாயாபத்தே. காப்பினை தாரோவியே நமச்சிவாயாபத்தே. ஏத்தவள் நாத்தமத்துமோ இது கண்ணீரையே. ஏத்தவள் நாத்தமத்துமோ இது கண்ணீரையே. ஏத்தவள் நாத்தமத்துமோ இது கண்ணீரையே. ஓம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். We've got our next singer now sing a song with his family. The next song is Mom's favorite song, dedicated to her. மாணிக்கை வீணையேன்றும் மாதேவி கலைவாணி செந்தமிழ் சொல்லுக்கு பாடு வந்தோம் அம்மா பாடு வந்தோம் அம்மா பாடு வந்தோம் அருவாய் நீ இசை தருவாய் நீ இசை வருவாய் நீ எங்க வருவாய் அம்மா மாணிக்கை வீணையேன்றும் மாதேவி கலைவாணி செந்தமிழ் சொல்லுக்கு பாடு வந்தோம் அம்மா பாடு வந்தோம் அம்மா பாடு வந்தோம் அருவாய் நீ இசை தருவாய் நீ இங்க வருவாய் நீ நலம் தருவே அம்மா மாணிக்க வீணையேறும் மாதேவி கலைவாணி செந்தமிழ் சொல்லுக்கு பாடு வந்தோம் அம்மா பாடு வந்தோம் அம்மா பாடு வந்தோம் நம்மளுக்கு பாடுகிறான் ஞானம் வளைப்பான் உமனை பூஜை செய்தால் பூமணி வழிப்பார் நம்மளுக்கு பாடுகிறான் ஞானம் வளைப்பான் உமனை பூஜை செய்தால் பூமணி வழிப்பார் மாணிக்க வீணையேறும் மாதேவி கலைவாணி செந்தமிழ் சொல்லுக்கு பாடு வந்தோம் அம்மா பாடு வந்தோம் அம்மா பாடு வந்தோம் வெள்ளை தாமரையில் விட்டிருப்பாயுங்கள் உள்ள கோவிலே உடனே வா At this point in time, we have another guest singer, beautiful voice.
உன்னம்மா போல என்னை நீ வளர்த்தாய் என் தெய்வத்தை சொன்னவரே பாடுகிறேன் உன் பாத்தியல்லாமதால் உன் மொழி உன்னம்மா போல என்னை நீ வளர்த்தாய் என் தெய்வத்தை சொன்னவரே பாடுகிறேன் உன் பாத்தியல்லாமதால் உன் மொழி உன்னம்மா போல என்னை நீ வளர்த்தாய் என் தெய்வத்தை சொன்னவரே அம்மா எங்கே நீ அழுவே இங்கே நேற்று சொன்னது தாய் விழித்தே அப்போதும் புரியவில்லை நேற்று சொன்னது தாய் விழித்தே அப்போதும் புரியவில்லை என் வாழ்வில் என்று நடத்தியம்மா என் இதயம் தாங்கவில்லை என் வாழ்வில் என்று நடத்தியம்மா என் இதயம் தாங்கவில்லை அம்மா எங்கே நீ அழுகிறே இங்கே போன பாதையில் நான் போனேன் உன் நிழலாயினதை அம்மா போன பாதையில் நான் போனேன் உன் நிழலாயினதை அம்மா அந்த நிழல் உன்னை பார்க்கவில்லை என் கண்ணீர் விழதை அம்மா அந்த நிழல் உன்னை பார்க்கவில்லை என் கண்ணீர் விழதை அம்மா பாடுகிறேன் உன் பாத்தியல்லாமதால் உன் மொழி உன்னம்மா போல என்னை நீ வளர்த்தாய் என் தெய்வத்தை சொன்னவரே பாடுகிறேன் உன் பாத்தியல்லாமதால் உன் மொழி உன்னம்மா போல என்னை நீ வளர்த்தாய் என் தெய்வத்தை சொன்னவரே அம்மா எங்கே நீ அழுகிறே இங்கே இங்கே
Probably many of you would know that my big amma was an ardent cricket supporter of the Indian cricket team. Friday's spectacular match at Kingsmead was in its essence a fitting tribute to her love for the game. Big Amma played the game of life by its rules. She had a good innings, I'm sure you would agree. 85 and not out. Although she was second to only one person, Harry Ramalu, Jiva's dad, who was 97 and missed his century. Big Amma was never bowled out, never out for a duck. She was captain of the family, very much a team player, and at times a referee between my mom and me. Big Amma changed with the times. She was ever so flexible and young at heart, thanks mainly to her Generation X grandchildren and her millennial great-grandchildren. She travelled extensively, nationally, internationally, and abroad. She loved her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren. I shall now call on Mileshan to deliver his eulogy on behalf of the grandchildren.
Dear family and friends, we gather here today to celebrate the love of my beloved grandmother. Thank you for coming. This is indeed a huge loss, not just to the Naidu family and all of the friends, but to the wider Suncoast community. I look around and see how many people have attended. To me, this is testament of Amma's character, of Amma's personality. What a wonderful woman she was. Amma was extremely generous, brave, thoughtful, selfless, and she hardly ever stressed about anything. My earliest memory of Amma was when I was in preschool. We would visit Ma and Papa and Clara, and Amma used to be so excited to see us. She always had fresh food prepared, and she knew precisely what each of us loved to eat, down to which flavor of soup and what she needed to eat. Amma is the reason I have a love for chutney. A boiled egg chutney was the absolute best. Every little that Amma had, she gave. Amma used to love the casino. In fact, I took her about a month ago. And despite her impaired vision, she was running the show and she was showing me which machines she wanted to use. If ever you offered Amma an opportunity to go to Suncoast, you better stick to that promise. Because if you didn't, you'd be in trouble. You just needed to mention the word Suncoast, and a few minutes later, Amma would be waiting ready in the car with a trademark jersey and hand towel in hand. Amma was truly selfless. I remember one occasion in Gold Reef City, Amma had won some money, and instead of keeping it for herself, she distributed it to everybody who was there with her. Who does that? Every little she had, she gave. I enjoyed doing things for Amma because I loved her so much, and because she did so much for me in my life. When I moved to London in 2008, who was my right-hand man? Amma. I wanted to go alone, I wanted to operate A-Score, but Amma insisted she accompanies me, just to make sure I was okay. That is the love she had for all of her grandchildren. We had some drama at the airport, by the way. We almost missed our flight. We were the last passengers in the plane because Amma had misplaced some of the documents. I'll never forget Amma's relaxing words to me at that point in time. She looked at me and said, "Hey, it must be the plane is gone." But anyway, Amma remained calm and at no point stressed me out. Amma supported me throughout my life. All my house moves, she was there. Whatever I needed, I knew I could count on Amma. Always willing to help in any situation. Amma was a backstop, and in her eyes, I could do no wrong. I used to love to joke around with Amma, and it was what made our relationship so unique. I knew all of the stress triggers, and I would push them. For example, When mom went shopping, came back with shopping bags, I would tell her, Mama, look at my stuff mommy bought her, Mom. How are you going to afford that? Mom and Amma were very bitter, whilst I quietly left the scene. When Shan Mama used to leave home after a few drinks, I used to ask her, Mom, you think Shan Mama will be okay to drive? Stress levels peaked. I didn't quite know which stress triggers to apply in respect of their Mama, but on many occasions I can remember Amma telling me, hey, that small fella, everything's a big joke for everybody. Despite all my nonsense, Amma took it so well, and we always had a good laugh afterwards. God forbid I tried to pack a dishwasher or my car boot in Amma's presence, or do any manual work in Amma's presence, or any heavy lifting. In Amma's very own words, referring to myself and my brothers, these boys are not for hard work, they're more for the books. Amma and I used to go vegetable shopping together, and it was something I truly, truly loved to do. In Amma's mind, I had no clue how to pick the right onions and the right tomatoes. I would intentionally pick overripe tomatoes just to see her reaction. We used to steal packets at the vegetable shop together. We never ran short at home. It was a slight blow for Amma, but for me it was another day at the office. When my parents went overseas not too long ago, Amma and I stayed together for quite a while. And I asked Amma, just cook veg, let's just eat veg for the next 3 weeks. And I knew Amma loved the fresh chicken, and she loved the meat, and she really wanted to eat the fresh chicken and the heart and patty. But despite that, she did that for me. She cooked veg for 3 weeks in a row. That's how selfless Amma was. Amma spoiled me rotten. I would get up, my breakfast would be made, my bed would be dressed, my clothes would be washed and ironed. In fact, if I had to ask Amma to brush my teeth in the morning, she would have done it. Ma could do anything and everything. To me, she was a superstar, and I'm so blessed to have her in my life. To this day, it still amazes me how much Amma gave despite having to live. To Shan Mama, Devin Mama, and Mummy, even though these times ahead will not be easy, but I trust you'll recognize how fortunate and blessed you are to have a mother like Amma. Be grateful for this and be proud of this, that you could call this amazing woman your mother. I'm also very grateful to have had my grandmother around for such a long time. Ma, I will love you, and you'll forever hold a special place in my heart. As we say goodbye to Amma, let us remember the joy and happiness she brought into our lives. May she rest in peace, and her memory live on forever. I love you, Ma. Sorry, I've got a voice note from Anyashan's kid, O'Hara. I haven't heard it yet. I'm just wondering how we're going to play it. It's on my phone, so maybe we hold the phone next to me.
Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai. Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Govinda Gopala Radha Bala Bala Krishna Jai. Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai. Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna 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 Jai. Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Bala Krishna 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 Jai.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you now see why my aunt was so young at heart. After that humorous speech, I have the privilege to call on the next speaker, who is my cousin Ria, who kept us as a family together, informed, and gave us hope whenever our moms were critically ill. She was our family doctor and resident doctor, literally and figuratively. Ria?
When Shan asked me to give a tribute, I felt immediately overwhelmed at the thought of whether I'd be able to do justice to such a big figurehead in our family. And then as I processed my thoughts, I felt actually it was so easy because there are so many wonderful things about her. My earliest memories, it seems like most memories now, with her include sitting on that red veranda in Gera, watching the carrying of Kavadi, her running around with my cousin, sister and I in the front yard, knocking over 3 cans, sometimes standing on one foot, dodging flying tennis balls, of moments of traditional teachings on how to make Rangoli patterns and Telugu home signs, of being my dad's first point of call for almost any occasion. There wasn't any occasion that I can recall, happy or sad, in our lives, that she wasn't a part of. Weddings, funerals, births, birthdays, prayers, family holidays. It will be hard to imagine celebrating, praying, commiserating without her going forward. But I know that the best we can do is to remember her in those moments and to somehow include her in new memories, as she'll undoubtedly be smiling as she looks down from the honorary pedestal she must surely have earned in the heavens above. She was the quiet presence in some occasions and the busiest in some that required her wisdom and her knowledge. We will all surely miss that, and I hope the legacy that we'll take forward is the grace, humility, and faith that she instilled in so many of us, that truly are not taught in any school or university. That you need not be loud to be heard, that you need not be harsh to get respect. She gave advice so freely when asked, but respected too when some beliefs were different. For me, I'll miss her dry humor, her rebuking for never calling her often enough, and the genuine love she poured on all of us. To Vasika, Sharon, Devan, Romina, and Mujiba, we thank you for taking such good care of Atha, especially during these last few months. We know that she was given every chance at a better quality of life, and when that was no longer possible, God took her peacefully away from her suffering. Her passing was a testament to how she lived. Strong, quiet, and surrounded by those that loved her most. These days and months ahead will be difficult, but I have no doubt that as we did when my parents passed, we will cement our love, bonds, and strength that has become our family's treasure. To our elders, Radhata, Lalema, Chirama, and others, I know this loss is deeply profound for you, but I hope that each of you also realize how much you are loved and needed now for your guidance and wisdom. Go well, Atha, we love you. May you have every peace that you so selflessly earned through a lifetime of bringing peace to others.
Thank you. Special announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Owner of a white Toyota Hilux, double cab. Please think they will announce triggering. There's somebody in your vehicle. please attend to it immediately if somebody is in that vicinity. Thank you. Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Vino Vinona, Vine Gopala, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Vino Vinona, Vine Gopala, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Bhakta Vasala Madhava Priya, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Bhakta Vasala Madhava Priya, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Vino Vinona, Vine Gopala, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Vino Vinona, Vine Gopala, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Bhakta Vasala Madhava Priya, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Bhakta Vasala Madhava Priya, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Radhe, Govind Govind Gopal Radhe. Hare Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare, Vedantu Gustava, Rama Vedantu Kesava, Vedantu Gustava, Rama Vedantu Kesava,
Paramatma
எல்லோருக்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே. நம சிவாயா ஓம் நீ தெய்வமே. நம சிவாயா ஓம் நீ தெய்வமே. காத்தருமாயே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே. காத்தருமாயே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே. சிவபெருமானே சிவபெருமானே எல்லோருக்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே. தாய் தந்தை எல்லோருக்கும் நம சிவாயா. ஓர் மனிதன் கவலை நீக்க நீரானையா. 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 உச்சி பிள்ளையார் கோயில் குன்றிலும் திருச்சிமலையிலே நாம் மற்றும் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்த பெருகியும் அவர்தாம் மனதிலே. அது உச்சி பிள்ளையார் கோயில் குன்றை திருச்சிமலையிலே நாம் மற்றும் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்த பெருகியும் அவர்தாம் மனதிலே. அது உச்சி பிள்ளையார் கோயில் குன்றை திருச்சிமலையிலே நாம் மற்றும் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்த பெருகியும் அவர்தாம் மனதிலே. சச்சிதானந்த சத்குருநாதிகரிகள் பூமி தந்தையாரப்பன் ஆயுநான திருநகரம். சச்சிதானந்த சத்குருநாதிகரிகள் பூமி தந்தையாரப்பன் ஆயுநான திருநகரம். அச்சுவன்களும் அன்பினாமகின் முருகன். அச்சுவன்களும் அன்பினாமகின் முருகன். எங்களாலே உடன் கொண்டு ஆடினான அந்த இறைவன். அது உச்சி பிள்ளையார் கோயில் குன்றை திருச்சிமலையிலே நாம் மற்றும் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்த பெருகியும் அவர்தாம் மனதிலே. பாடுவதும் அதிபரதுவதும் தோன்றாலும் துணை நாடுவதும் அவர் நன்றுவரும் இவைதாம். பாடுவதும் அதிபரதுவதும் தோன்றாலும் துணை நாடுவதும் அவர் நன்றுவரும் இவைதாம். கூடுதலும் தரும் கூடுதலும் நமக்கினவும்
given to Bigama's 3 children, their spouses, and their families, who did everything possible to make her life comfortable and pain-free. She was a healthy and happy 84-year-old who loved life. When she was first diagnosed, both Devin and Vasi were overseas with their kids. Such was my aunt's heart and intellect that when they called her whilst she was in hospital, she would encourage them to see their holiday through, as they paid so much for their tickets and she wouldn't want them to disappoint their children. She convinced them to enjoy it and that she would be fine and that Christina and Shan are there and they must return when their holidays end. Needless to say, they cut short their visits to be at their mom's side. They must be comforted by the fact that they have no regrets and they did absolutely everything and the best for their mom. Ladies and gentlemen, my aunt had one body as she laid on a hospital bed. I recall visiting her on Saturday and she had an incredible memory. She said to me, "What day is today?" I said it was the start of Pongal. She said, "So I was married in 1955 and I think today is my anniversary." And she then reminisced about Vasi being born, Shan being born in 57, then Vasi in 59, and Devin in 61. And she shared her early days with my son and I. And those were precious moments. She then went on to say, "It's probably Auntie Sibby's birthday today," and it was her 71st. So she had an incredible mind, and her cognition and her memory was intact until the very last. The one worry that my aunt had, and she often said it to us, she said, "My children are not strong. They are very emotional. I have always been strong to them. But to my dear cousins, I want to say, I saw a side of you that your mom never saw. The strength and courage to fight with her that dreaded disease." I will now call on Robin to read the balance of the tributes. Robin.
Thank you, Christina. As I said before, we still have a good few tributes, and I want to read some of them. This one is from New Zealand, Wellington Comedy and Family. Some of these tributes were quite long, so I've took quite a bit out. But some of the adjectives that they used were key to understanding what a wonderful person she was, so I'd like to read some of those. Atta is a treasure of our family, and no doubt every person she knew is reflecting on the special way she touched our hearts and lives. A wonderful, loving heart, beautiful energy, and care for all of us is what we value. I have such special memories of staying with her for holidays in Cledo. An immaculate home into which she welcomed all of us, an involvement in the community, the way neighbors looked up to her, a fun and enthusiastic personality. The noisy peacocks that loved parading around a tiny garden, and the loving way she interacted with everyone. So that's from Kamma Naidu. She says also, "My children also remember enjoying a visit to us in New Zealand. Shiara, that's Kamini's daughter, still talks about pretending to be sick so she could stay home with the two others who were visiting and were so much fun. Young and old adored Atta. She was ageless, glowing, kind, and a relatable person. She was actively interested in people, sports, and happenings of the world. Atta pragmatically guided the family through the various traditions and rituals for every occasion. If the eyes are the windows to the soul, then throughout my life I only saw love, care, and warmth shine out of Atta's beautiful eyes, so much like our other treasure. So now I'm going to move to another one, that is Kamini's family. This is from Asha, my wife. She had a close relation with Vasi, and I think she wrote this to Vasi, so I'm just going to read some of it. I know your heart is broken, but know that she is not in pain and suffering now. That's the last thing we want for our loved ones. You and all of us have beautiful and precious memories to cherish forever. She was such a pillar of strength and a fountain of knowledge and advice to all of us. Glero Atta was the pillar of strength that brought to the family both good times and sad times. We could always rely on her to give us advice, support, and encouragement in whatever we did. She had limitless energy and vitality with a great sense of humor. This is such a huge and devastating loss to all of us. She's dearly loved and our hearts are broken. She made us feel so brave to do anything because we knew we could count on her support and assistance. We will miss her kind heart, laughter, and strong presence. I know what we feel is only a speck of your deep grief, but we are with you in this time of sorrow. She has left a huge void in the family, and we will miss her dearly. A giant tree has fallen. We love you and wish you strength and peace during this difficult time. And then there were several nephews, nieces, family members who wrote things, but I've took down some words. Krish Popsy said, we lost somebody dear to us, young and old. And he uses this term, the A-team will never be the same without Glero Auntie. And those of you who know about the cooking skills of the family will know, whenever there was a function, there was a group of ladies who got together and cooked. We called them the A-team. And she was an intimate part of the A-team. Selwyn calls her a remarkable human being and was always a great help at every family function. Rosha says, Atta we loved you more than words could ever express. Shanil said she was truly an amazing person, as Rosha's husband. Ashley says that our dearest Atta touched our lives in the most special way with their kindness and gentleness and love. Priya says, well, may your beautiful soul rest well. Arjun Glenn from Cape Town, you never stop giving, even until your last days. May your soul rest in peace. When there was funeral for Vimla, apparently she was obviously very sick, but she still advised them what to do during that time. And that's just recent. So Sharon, Glen's wife, says, such special memories of Glero Auntie when she was in Cape Town. She spent 2 days with us. She took over the kitchen and cooked the most sumptuous meals for us. I felt as though my mom was still with me. Senton was a bodyguard the entire evening at Grand West Casino. Go well, Glero Auntie, your memories will live on. You were a great human being who touched many lives. Then I have one from the grandson, who's done donations, and this is a nation. Amma was not just a grandmother to me. She was a shining example of kindness, generosity, and selflessness. Her giving spirit has touched the lives of so many, and she will always hold a special place in my heart. She taught us the true meaning of love and will be deeply missed. Kanakamma was someone who always put the needs of others before her own. She would sleep in great discomfort in high beds that were made up and gave us the most comfortable beds. Yet she would vehemently say she had the most comfortable sleep. Everything she did was for her family and friends, whether it be lending a helping hand, to offer a listening ear, to give a warm hug. She was a true friend to all who knew her, and her kindness and generosity had no bounds. Even when she won big at the casino, she spent the money, of course, you mentioned that. And equally amongst all the grants, she would not take a cent for herself. Her home was always open to everyone in need, and the kitchen was always full of delicious homemade meals. She was an amazing cook, and her food always brought joy and comfort to those who were lucky enough to taste it. I will always remember how she used to have my favorites ready when we went to visit in Steiger. Freshly made mutton curry and square rotis, fresh off the tawa with a thick smear of butter and milkshake. She made the best baked chutney in town. When visiting here in Steiger, I fondly remember our trips to the local tuck shop where she took all her grandchildren with. We used to take our bikes and cross a little stream along the way. She always brought us a little treat, and the airwolf bubble gums was the highlight of my day. When I fractured my hand, she was my right-hand man, seeing to my needs. Be a freshly made meal or a cup of coffee, always making sure I was well taken care of. I took many things for granted, but when I look back, I realized how lucky I was. She was a wonderful grandma who loved her family deeply and always there for them. She was a guiding light in our lives, and her memory will live on in the hearts of all who were lucky enough to know her. Today we say goodbye to a truly special person, but we take comfort in the knowledge that her spirit lives on in the love and memories she shared with us. Knowing our mom, she would want us to have a party to celebrate her life and cherish the special times we had with her. Nothing made her happier than being with family. Rest in peace. And then I have one which is not too long from Kasturi, who is in Melbourne. My name is Kasturi, and I'm the eldest daughter of Kanakamma and Kanakamma Naidu, who was affectionately known by his late brother Stephen as Cyril. Dad was known to the wider circle in Gledo in the early days together with his older brother, the late Tamba. We wish to pay respect and bid farewell on behalf of our family to our beautiful aunt. She was more like the elder sister than sister-in-law to Mom in their 65 plus years together. Our dearest aunt, whom we affectionately call Bigamma. Growing up, we loved going to Gledo, and I was fortunate to have spent every school holiday with Big Daddy, Bigamma, and my dearest cousin Shan, Pasi, and Devin. We took both Devin and I to every Telugu Tamil new movie, and your love of the memories and sport continued. Those were lasting memories. Bigamma, I remember the stories you shared about Gledo, the advice you found, pleasure in sharing with us, which will forever be cherished. You talked a lot about Big Daddy and the love you had for him, through the good times and the challenges. I remember your photo album collection also. Bigamma, it is hard to come to terms with the fact that we will never hear from you again. You touched all those you met with your smile and welcoming generousness. It is time for us all to remember your never-ending smile, your cheeky laugh, your cheerful and loving ways, and the good times you shared with you. We will miss your knowledge, guidance, and laughter. We will hold you in our hearts. She's also shared a poem that dedicated thinking of your 2 months. All I want to say is, if you listen to all that people say and whatever, it shows that Yeah, yes, so we had a special relationship with a lot of people. She touched many lives. And you know, I was thinking about how I would like to go. I would like to go like this, with so many people remembering you, talking such great things. That's how you should be remembered. It is a legacy, and it will never be forgotten. Go well, Lelata.
Thank you very much, Robin. And Rasi has been blessed with two very loving and supportive families. Hers, the Naidus, as well as Jiva's, better known as the Ramalus. I would therefore like to call on Kilisha, Jiva's niece, to deliver the vote of thanks. Kilisha. Ladies and gentlemen, I think my emotions have got the better of me. Part of the reason that the funeral is today is that we awaited Ramona to come from London, being David's eldest daughter. But on behalf of Ramona and Andrisha and Calvin, we're going to ask Markham to say a few words. Apologies, Markham, that I almost forgot this. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a great privilege and honor that I get the opportunity to pay tribute to a remarkable woman who I believe lived her best life. On behalf of David and family today, we pay tribute to Kayama, a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother who was sorely missed by her family and friends. Kayama was strong, independent. She always wanted to do things on her own, in her own way. However, she was also willing to lend a helping hand wherever she could. She touched the lives of those around her, and she was someone who you could always count on. She was an amazing cook, and we all loved her duck curry and her chutney. She loved to entertain and have family and friends around her. She was a great listener and gave the best advice. But it was so easy to also get her work done in a playful way. Being a strong supporter of India in cricket made it a playful family fight whenever India played South Africa. It became especially interesting when South Africa was winning. Kayama loved pictures with her great-grandchildren, and I remember her making every effort to be dressed in a sari to take those pictures, which she would have framed and she kept by her bedside in her room. She was a devoted member of the Gleda Imperial Sangha, and we always remember how she loved her time with everyone at the temple kavadis and weddings in Gleda. She was a role model for all of us and taught us the importance of family, faith, and hard work. We will miss not having her around to show us what needs to be done at family functions. When it came to functions such as prayers or weddings, there is one thing we will all remember, and that is how well organized she was in these types of things. I remember my conversation with her in December, and I sat down with her and I tried to encourage her and told her to be mentally strong. And I remember looking at me and saying, Marcus, you're looking at me and I look okay on the outside, but I'm really sick on the inside. I've lived a good life, I'm tired. And all I could do was just motivate her, but I could see a strong woman who was still willing to fight. She will be deeply missed by all who knew her and loved her. But today we gather to celebrate her life and to remember the wonderful memories she has left us with, and to cherish and share those memories with our kids and generations after. Rest in peace, Kayama. We love you.
Thank you, Markham. Ladies and gentlemen, at 11 o'clock this morning when I started off, I told you that Bigama was known as many things. Keyama, Bigama, Akka, Aki, Stephen Auntie, and Akka. But most people called her Akka. Even an ex-mayor of the Durban, an ex-deputy mayor of the eThekwini region. It gives me great pleasure to call on Kanakamma Naidu to share his sentiments this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Program Director, the officiating priest, members of the bereaved family, ladies and gentlemen. My humble namaskars to all of you. Kanakamma Auntie or Kanakamma Naidu was known to all of us as the Gledo Auntie. And I also had the privilege of visiting my grandfather, the late Suba Reddy, in Gledo. And during those visits, I would spend a lot of time with Chan, who was my generation, and Auntie Kanka in Gledo. Listening to the bhajans here today brought back a flood of memories of those young days, living in or enjoying our time in Gledo, Phrases, and in other parts of Tongaat. Glowing tributes have been paid today to this wonderful soul, a great humanitarian, a grandmother, a mother, a dear wife, and a wonderful family friend who had this infectious smile and was always hale and hearty, and that beautiful personality of demeanor. I will never forget the visits that they would make to us in Tongaat. During those days when we lived in our humble homes, there was a tight bond amongst all the family. In fact, I must admit, in my younger days, I could not work out who was a sister and who was a sister-in-law, because they were all so closely knit as a family, and you could never distinguish that. Until later in life, you got to know who's who in the Naidu clan as such. Uncle Stephen and Gledo Auntie will always be a part of our lives for the very reason of those close bonds that existed. Now, she was that simple human being that lived that Hindu Dharma life, embracing our rich culture, heritage, and all of our traditions and our teachings, which she has imparted to her children and her grandchildren. Today, a contribution and development of the family is the legacy that she leaves behind. Today, grandchildren, great-grandchildren are different continents of the world. That is their legacy. The sun will never set on the Naidu clan. On behalf of my mom, my family, I want to extend our deepest condolences to Chan, Pasi, Devin, the children, grandchildren, and extended family. A passing away is indeed a big loss to us, and will indeed be a great void in our lives. And may God give us the strength and courage to sustain this heavy loss. In mourning a passing, let us celebrate her life and all of her contribution to society. There's a great philosopher Tolstoy who said, "We walk to this world but once. Any good that we can do it now. Do not delay or defer it, for we may not walk through this world again." And for me, that is so apt
in that Glenn Auntie imbibed all of these values and listened to all of the tributes. You listen to just the outpouring of love for all that she was, and a giving nature and taking care. Indeed, she was indeed a great culinary chef. And of course, all of those functions and events, we certainly miss her and her touch in time to come. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you to all for paying such wonderful tributes. In saying farewell to Glenn Auntie, we also want to keep in our hearts all of those wonderful memories. God bless you all.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege to pass a vote of thanks. Heartfelt appreciation and gratitude goes out to the Guru, family and friends that have supported the bereaved family, Marion Hill Funeral Service, Terrace State Crematorium, musician Mervyn and the partners, Adari caterers for the refreshments, family and friends that provided meals and assistance during the bereavement, the hospital staff at Intervalley, a heartfelt thank you to all the family and friends for their floral tributes, for their presence and condolences at the celebration of Kanakamma's life. We did not want to single out individuals because we appreciate everyone for whatever they have done and said. However, the bereaved family had asked that I make a special mention and thanks to Indira and Morgan. Thank you, everyone.
All that is left for me to do is to thank each and every one of you for your role, however big or small, in the celebration of my aunt's life today. To say thank you, the Naidu and Ramadou families have provided refreshments which you must take away as you leave the hall this afternoon. I would also like to remind you that the 11th Day Memorial Service will be held on the 28th of January, which is a Saturday, at 2 p.m. at the Battersea Hall in Reservoir Hills. I would like to conclude by quoting an unknown author, which is a tribute to all parents. You wonder, where have my children gone? Where we are is where you have led us. With your special love, you showed us the way to believe in ourselves and the decisions we have made. Farewell, Bigama. May you attain moksha until we meet again. I call on those who have not refused to do so, as the family would then like to say their goodbyes as they place their roses as a symbol of their farewell. Thank you, Nandri, God bless, and travel safely.
திருச்சிற்றம்பலம் தோடுடைய செவியன் விலையேறியோ தூவன் மணி சூடி தோடுடைய செவியன் விலையேறியோ தூவன் மணி சூடி
Hallelujah. ஓம் நம சிவாய வாழ்க, நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க, இவை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நிகழாதாழ் வாழ்க. ஓம் நம சிவாய வாழ்க, ஓம் நம சிவாய வாழ்க, ஓம் நம சிவாய வாழ்க. அருமழை அணியும் மாறும் அமர்களும் முனிவத்தாலும் முளை முளை பணியேற்றும் முதல்வனே நம சிவாய, முதல்வனே நம சிவாய, முதல்வனே நம சிவாய, முதல்வனே நம சிவாய, முதல்வனே நம சிவாய. ஆதியா பேரும் நாங்கள் அதிமுடி தெரியாய் வண்ணும் சோதியா இருவாய் நின்று துணைகளே நம சிவாய, துணைகளே நம சிவாய, துணைகளே நம சிவாய, துணைகளே நம சிவாய, துணைகளே நம சிவாய. இனிய தீர்த்தீடக் காணாம் எழுகளோ அலரமாயன் காணாத எழுத்தோள் எழுத்து கடவுளே நம சிவாய, கடவுளே நம சிவாய, கடவுளே நம சிவாய, கடவுளே நம சிவாய, கடவுளே நம சிவாய. ஈதியான் பெரும் போன்றும் இனியனி பணிவாய் தோன்றும் பாத்தியா தென்மோமேனி வல்லலே நம சிவாய, வல்லலே நமசிவாயா கம்பராட்டலே ஊரிட்டு காட்சியாய் கம்பாசே போல் அம்பள நாடுகின்றேன் அண்ணலே நமசிவாயா அண்ணலே நமசிவாயா அண்ணலே நமசிவாயா அண்ணலே நமசிவாயா அண்ணலே நமசிவாயா ஞானத்தோடு ஞாயிறும் இருபத்தேழும் பரமழ ஈயாசிக்கும் பரமனே நமசிவாயா பரமனே நமசிவாயா பரமனே நமசிவாயா பரமனே நமசிவாயா பரமனே நமசிவாயா சத்தியும் சிவமும் ஆகி தானகே ஜெகதெல்லாம் முக்தியே அல்பாயாணி முதல்வனே நமசிவாயா முதல்வனே நமசிவாயா முதல்வனே நமசிவாயா முதல்வனே நமசிவாயா முதல்வனே நமசிவாயா ஞானமுடன் நிந்தியாக்கும் ஞாயிறான் கழக்காற்றுண்டும் சமணாரும் மருளாய் நின்றே தானுயே நமசிவாயா தானுயே நமசிவாயா தானுயே நமசிவாயா தானுயே நமசிவாயா தானுயே நமசிவாயா இதற்கு ஏகமானேவி எழுங்கி உலகும் எல்லாம் காணார் கண்ணா உன்னே சங்கரா நமசிவாயா சங்கரா நமசிவாயா சங்கரா நமசிவாயா சங்கரா நமசிவாயா சங்கரா நமசிவாயா ஓம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்
அன்பு பெரியவர்களே, சேர்ந்திருக்கும் மக்களே, நம்மோட காலம் சென்ற கணக்கம்மா நாயுடு அவங்களோட துக்க குடும்பத்தார் மற்ற பெரியோர்கள் இங்கு சேர்ந்திருக்கும் நான் எல்லோருக்கும் நெற்றை கூப்பிட்டு நமஸ்தே வணக்கத்தை ஓம் சாரா தெரிவிக்கின்றேன். இந்த துக்க நேரத்தில் நம்ம என்ன சொல்ல முடியும், என்ன சொல்ல வேண்டும், மற்ற பேர் சொல்லுகின்றார்கள். அதுபோல நான் பாராட்டுகின்றேன். நம்ம குடும்பத்தார் எவ்வளோ நண்பர் இருக்கின்றார்கள். முதலாக நம்முடைய அம்மையார் காலம் சென்ற கணக்கம்மா, அந்த பேர் பார்த்தா அந்த பேர் அறிந்த உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். இந்த அம்மா நல்ல கணக்க போட்டு Kanakamma means in Tamil, our loving elders gave us a very, very precise name. When I went through the beautiful tributes that were paid, I had one golden thread that I pulled out of those beautiful speeches everyone did. It was too wonderful to listen to. I was sitting there in the back. I was actually glued to my chair. I couldn't even wake up. Such beautiful, beautiful tributes. Why? Amma had calculated her family. Kanakamma. That means she knows what to do for everyone. Therefore, she was so popular. If some of us could follow that footsteps which she has left behind, I think all of us can make a mark in society. Not only in the family field, but in society also. I also calculated close to 200 people that have attended this funeral from this morning. That speaks volumes itself. So, if you're a Naidu member, give a tap on your back. If you're not a Naidu member, still give a tap on your back because you are the friend of Kanakamma. She has calculated that you will be here today and you are here today. And that is a highlight of our funeral. I've been doing funerals in this marriage, in this hall for many, many years now. This is the first time I reached a record number. Thanks to Father Namashivaya for bringing us all together and taking the virus and putting it far away from us. Thank you for that also. And shortly we're going to go to the last rites area. They only gave me a few minutes. He gave me a few minutes to talk and they squeezed me right in the corner. Okay? Thank you, Program Director. Appreciate that. Now we're going to close up with the Muttin area there. We will all stand. We will have the background singer, the husband of orchestra, the lead singer, the directors, as we need our auditorium of all the followers. Please be in readiness. Put your hands together. Please bow your heads and give our mother beautiful send-off that she deserves.